días a todos. Un placer recibirlos en una nueva edición de Fortinet Experts. En este caso, una edición especial, porque contamos con la presencia de una invitada especial, Alexandra Mehat, que ahora se va a presentar, que nos acompaña desde el equipo de Producto de FortiSASE. So, Alexandra, welcome to this Fortinet Expert. Thank you for joining us. Can you please say hello and introduce yourself to the audience?
Sure, and I'll try in Spanish.
Great, let's do it.
Buenos días a todos, me llamo Alexandra Mehat, estoy directora de marketing de Producto a Fortinet, aquí en la sede de Fortinet en California. Mucho gusto por todos. Pues, ¿están listos para aprender más sobre SASE?
That was great. Can we keep on going in Spanish, or do you prefer to switch back to English?
Va a ser muy difícil para mí hacer todo en español, pero hizo 10 años de español en la escuela en Francia, pero no practico. Pues es muy difícil para mí hablar español, especialmente hablar sobre SASE y cosas técnicas. Pero
no hay problema. Lo intentaremos un poco en español, a little bit in English.
Yeah, English much better.
Yeah, all right. So let's switch back to English and the audience will understand. And let me say a couple of words in Spanish for the audience. Aquellos que nos están viendo, por favor recuerden cualquier tipo de consulta o inquietud, volcarla en la plataforma, así con Alexandra podemos ir respondiendo a sus inquietudes. Así que aquí vamos a conversar acerca de SASE, FortiSASE. So Alexandra, let's talk about FortiSASE. Okay, that's something that it's on everyone's mind lately, especially with the post-pandemic world where everyone is working hybrid or remote. So do you have any updates on terms of adoption, on terms of why do we need the type of solution that FortiSASE provides? Because we have some statistics, but anything insightful that you think it's deserved mentioning to the audience?
Yeah, definitely SASE is growing like crazy. The adoption is growing like crazy. Today, the whole SASE market, which includes SD-WAN and the SSE part, is Gartner says it's around $15 billion worldwide. And we expect it to grow to 27 billion in 2027. It's like a 30% growth every year. It's crazy, and it's definitely the way to go. And what we see today is that a lot of companies, they're still using VPN, but many of them are moving towards SASE because it's a way much bigger, broader solution. It does replace VPN and does much more than that. So we see a lot of companies, whatever the vertical, we see it a lot across education, healthcare, finance, legal, a lot of governments too, local governments use SASE, and well, all the regulated companies, regulated verticals, but we see a lot of automotive and manufacturing too. It's across all verticals, and everybody needs a solution to secure their hybrid work. That's where we are today.
Yeah, I know, because going around South America, that is my patch. I'm always facing conversations with customers wanting to know more about SASE, how to adopt, how to use SASE, how to migrate to SASE from regular standard or legacy VPNs and legacy networks, and why adopt FortiSASE. And you know what? There's always some kind of confusion between what it's, and as I'm showing in the screen right now, between the architecture underlying the ZTNA or the zero trust concept and FortiSASE. So maybe we can discuss a little bit about that. So as far as I understand, and as far as I explain to our customers, zero trust is a principle, right? You have to build up an architecture on top of using zero trust as a guidance, as a north star, right? So why do you think people mix the terms ZTNA and SASE, and it's ZTNA part of SASE? How do you work and go around this? How do you explain this?
Yeah, for sure. Lately, people really know a lot more the term zero trust than the term SASE itself, for sure.
Yeah.
We hear it a lot. We hear a lot of people saying, "Do when I do presentations on SASE or anything, I'm like, who knows what zero trust is?" Almost everybody raises
Everyone
their
raises
hand.
their hand. Yeah.
Yeah, me. When I say, "Who knows what SASE is?" Meh,
Yeah.
me.
I've read a couple of papers, but not quite sure what it
Couple of
is.
hands, but that's
Yeah.
it. But yes, you can buy zero trust by itself, and zero trust is kind of the exact same use case kind of as VPN,
Mhm.
because main use case for zero trust is securing the private applications. But zero trust is also a part of SASE, because SASE is broader. It's broader than zero trust. It includes zero trust, so you can secure the private application by using that ZTNA approach platform inside SASE. But what SASE also has is the ability to secure the internet access, because
Mhm.
it has all the secure web gateway and the firewall as a service type of capability, and also securing the SaaS application access with what we call CASB, Cloud Access Security Broker, acronyms everywhere in SASE.
Of course, that's what we are lead for. So yeah, another one.
Terrible. First time I started learning about SASE, I was like, what is all these acronyms? But what CASB is a way to also secure the access to the SaaS application. Your Office 365, your Salesforce, your Box, Dropbox, etc. There are thousands of SaaS applications. Actually, an average, a company, every employee accesses an average 125 SaaS applications. So today, the IT teams don't really have the visibility what people are doing, what are they accessing, what are they sending to these
Mhm.
applications. So that's a way of doing this, of answering this challenge is SASE. So SASE, what it does, it not only secures the internet access with secure web gateway, proxy capabilities, and firewall, it secures the SaaS access with this CASB capability, and also has that ZTNA uh, architecture to securely access the private application, but way more granularly than a VPN, with a constant poster check and check on the device on your credentials. At Fortinet, it's every 60 seconds. And yeah, definitely, ZTNA is a great solution to replace your VPN, but SASE
Mhm.
is even broader if you want to go further and secure the internet access as well as the SaaS access and the private access.
Private access. So you know that, and thank you for that explanation, because from time to time I get into these conversations with customers trying to understand how to get to SASE, right? So in a way they are asking for a journey.
Yeah.
Help me get into this journey, and help me embrace the SASE architecture in the end, but maybe that's not the way to start in a full SASE implementation, or not. So that's something that I would like to have your opinion on, because we have CASB on one side, we have SSE on the other side, we have SD-WAN on the other side, we have DLP, okay, a new component of everything that has to do with endpoint security. So, do you have any suggestion to customers on the way to take into this SASE journey? Because I always find it, sometimes, not always, sometimes find it better for some customers, especially in Latin America, where the money power is not as big as other parts of the world, when we have to go in steps, right? So, any suggestion on that? Any thought about this process?
Yeah, for sure. SASE doesn't happen overnight. Well, it can, but
Yeah,
usually in companies, it doesn't happen
doesn't work
overnight.
that doesn't work that way.
Never works that way in life,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, SASE is definitely a journey. Best way to start it, at Fortinet, is to buy our firewall, FortiGate. Then when you have our firewall, you can just enable our SD-WAN capability for your
Hmm.
branches to connect your different branches and do application steering, application security. If you have multiple sites, of course. If you're a smaller company, you just keep the firewall.
Yeah.
Um, and that's a great first step for you to go to, either firewall or going towards the SD-WAN capability. Definitely a great first step. Then you can go just CTNA if you want, because at Fortinet, same thing, easy. You just buy your Forti client, you have your firewall, you have ZTNA.
Yep.
Easy.
That's easy. Easy peasy.
So,
Yeah.
easy. Yeah. Then you just replace your VPN. Apples to apples, as we say in the US.
Yep.
I don't know how
It's
you
the
say
same,
that
it is the same in Latin America, so don't worry.
manzana to
Manzanas con manzanas, bananas con bananas, and we're comparing the same thing with the same thing. Yeah, right.
manzanas.
Yep.
Then that could be a next step. Or you go, and then you can go to SASE, or you can go directly to SASE, whatever you prefer. So then at Fortinet, same thing. When you buy our SSE solution, our FortiSASE, you also purchase the Forti client, the unified client that you put on the devices. And then you get access to the closest point of presence in the cloud. And you have that also really tight integration between our FortiSASE and our SD-WAN solution. That can be done in minutes. And that allows both your on-site workers and your remote workers to use the SD-WAN capabilities from anywhere.
Yep.
And that's pretty cool. It's the same OS, it's the same capability, the same technology, and the same management also, which is even better. One agent, one management, one OS, one everything. But definitely SASE is a journey. It depends on the user architecture, where they want to go, if they want to go cloud, full cloud, or stay hybrid. We can offer both solutions. We have also a cool capability where even if you have just an access point from Fortinet, then you offload the traffic to FortiSASE, and all the devices connected to that access point are fully secured. I think that's
This is
cool.
something that I found. Yeah, this is something that I found amazing and really, really cool about our SASE proposal or proposition, value proposition. The fact that you can enable, or you can, yes, you can enable a remote location or a factory floor, like like showing in the screen, or a I don't know. I always use the same example. If you are a company that has to be on a show, for example, on an exhibition for 2 or 3 days, and you need to provide access, secure access to your own employees over there, to in the booth, or the attendees. Let's take RSA conference, for example, or RSA.
Or in San Francisco, or
We have a tremendous booth, and we have our people working there, the staff doing their best, and people coming from different places of the world to know about FortiSASE, and you want to enable secure internet access for them. So that ability, that capability to illuminate an area with an access point or a branch extender, yeah, that's amazing. And that brings another question that I always get from many customers is, do we always need to install or to deploy an agent into end users' machines to be able to connect to SASE? Is something that is mandatory to fully leverage for the SASE power?
the great news is no. You don't always have to have an agent.
Yep. Great news for many people out there trying to install something on the user endpoint.
Yeah, at least it's only one agent. If you have multiple
Yeah,
products, otherwise
great.
point products, it would be 2 or 3 agents, and they might not be compatible with each other. But here, at least it's just one agent, and you can do it either on your laptop, on your smartphone, on your mobile phone. So that's pretty cool. But you don't need that agent. So you can either, if you want to secure the internet access, you can use what we call pack files, and then your browser will go to the right destination. Or a cool new capability we launched pretty recently. We call it the agentless ZTNA portal,
Great.
meaning that you define the private application the user will access. Then you give this user or group of users the URL to access a web portal, and then he'll just have to click on the application icon, and then he will safely go there. So great for people bringing their own device, BYOD, great for things like contractors or guests or, I don't know, interns. Um, or if you're using in education, for example, if you or anywhere else, if you're using Chromebooks, that's also a lot of schools or even retail are using Chromebooks, and you cannot install anything on a Chromebook, as everyone knows.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the definition of a Chromebook. There's nothing installed on it.
You cannot
Um,
install anything on
and
top of that. Just
yeah,
browse the internet. Yeah.
and so yeah, short answer, no, you don't need an agent all the time. Of
That
course,
that
the agent brings really cool capabilities, but when you cannot install
but
an
when
agent.
you said that you will publish on that portal both internet and private applications. So you can.
Private application, and then for internet you need a, or
Oh,
yeah, if it's
yeah,
HTTP,
yeah, you
yeah,
can browse the internet without any security provided by FortiSASE.
exactly.
That's a great update, and I've heard of that. It's a great tool to enable secure access to many different customers with different use cases. You know, when they have the need to enable third-party access and everything that it's non-managed by the company. So great news. So this brings me to another question, and of course we are start receiving questions from the audience, so we will start reading them in a minute while we are preparing to project on the screen the questions as they arrive. But talking about new development into the FortiSASE product, you are in the factory, right? You are sitting next to the guys manufacturing this thing. So what I've learned is that the development pace, I'm sorry, the rhythm that we are adding new features to this technology, it's amazing. I believe it's one of the fastest um, growing and fastest developing product in the company. Do you have any information about that, or how do we handle that to include so many updates in so rapid, in so brief time?
Well, definitely it's super fast. It's every month. Every month we have a new release, which can be crazy actually
Yeah, I know.
to
I
keep up.
know.
We're trying to do our best to inform all our customers. We have the release notes on our websites. We're gonna actually launch probably, yeah, very soon, a SASE spotlight video with all the cool latest and greatest innovations and things like that. I'm gonna try. It's me doing it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
try and do it monthly.
and it's us try to understand and learn
I'll
everything
try,
as fast as we
promise.
can. So
And
yeah, the challenge is mutual. Yeah,
announced all the cool capabilities, but examples lately in is our SD-WAN solution. We have our AI assistants, our
yeah,
40 AI assistant that allows you um, to configure your SD-WAN product and everything else in a record time, and then you just give it what you want to do and does it for you, and it also helps you troubleshoot, which is a pretty cool feature.
yeah,
We have things like we have new pops. We have a new Google Cloud pop in Mexico that we released recently, which is pretty cool for Latin America. And we have things like geofencing when we where we make sure that only the devices in a specific region can access the pop. That can be
yeah.
important too for very regulated companies.
Yeah.
All these cool
That's
capabilities that we
that's a
we
huge,
launched recently.
huge, just a huge thing, because regulation and data residency or the data sovereignty in Latin America, it's gaining traction. Very regulated industries like government or finance are always asking, where will my data reside? Despite we are not processing any data, we are just seeing packets going back and forth and processing metadata. But everyone wants to
Yeah.
know. So that kind of things are really great.
And yeah, and you can also pick in which point of presence you want your logs and your
Yeah,
data. So you're sure you have it in a specific region and not in others. Also a
great.
cool capability.
Well, again, it's amazing to see, and as you mentioned, we are introducing FortiAI in a much more powerful way into FortiSASE, and that's great idea, because if any of the attendees of this expert session has already seen FortiAI 1.0, wait until you see 2.0. That's a completely different story, and agentic AI is
Yeah.
here. So it's great.
AI grows so fast anyway, and we're going to grow with it.
Yep.
And we're going to add more and more and more in the future to help troubleshoot faster, install faster, deploy faster, everything faster and easier for our
Easier. Yeah.
customers.
Not only faster, easier. I guess one of the key
Easier.
issues here is getting it easier and simplify as much as you can management of this unified console. As you mentioned, is a unified single console, a single agent, a single OS across the board, but getting it easier and simpler to manufacture, to configure it even better. So I guess we have a couple of questions. Maybe we can read them. We have them in Spanish. I have here a question from Isabella. Let me translate as the best I can. How do you apply unified SASE? No, how does unified SASE enforce zero trust for party contractors and BYOD? Well, I guess we have discussed a little bit about this with the how do you mention
The
client
agentless ZTNA
agent,
portal
agentless
and the
CTNA? Yeah.
finished capability also with the access point, where every device you connect there doesn't have to have an agent. So definitely, yes, we understand that our customers cannot install an agent all the time.
Mhm.
Devices don't allow it. BYOD contractors, etc., etc. And so we definitely have a solution for that, for accessing private application, internet access, and everything without an agent.
Mhm.
Definitely available, and that's the flexibility of the platform. That's why we really want to make it flexible and simple for our users.
Yes, and you've said something that is key, simple. Okay, because I faced the opportunities where we are competing against others in this area. That's natural, but the way we quote and the way we package our FortiSASE solution, it's really very streamlined. It's just one single SKU for everything included. You have just to pick a couple of choices. So yeah, simple. It's also key, right?
Oh, yeah, I love everything simple anyway. Who likes complexity? Nobody. So
Now, consultants maybe, but well, we won't talk about
maybe,
consultants
but
here.
I had a
Maybe,
consultant
maybe.
once tell me, a real consultant tell me, oh, I just need to be one slide ahead of my customer. That's all I need to be.
That's the right way. So I guess we have another question here coming in. Sebastián, ¿cómo justificamos la inversión en Unified SASE ante las partes interesadas sin conocimiento? Oh, that's a great question. How do we justify FortiSASE or Unified SASE to a CFO, to someone with the money? How do we get money from our finance
Yeah,
guys to go with FortiSASE when
well,
we
I
are
know
using
finance
it?
guys really well. I have one at home.
I know. But
I was
I don't know who Sebastian is, but what we are always facing in the field is that I already have a network. I already have a VPN. Why change? Why go to a FortiSASE
Well,
architecture?
one of the answers is look at the price of ransomware and how much it costs you. And with your VPN, as I said, you're not protected for in the internet. You're not protected for all these thousands of SaaS application your user are accessing. But I have an example for you on TCO and how it reduces stuff. But if you have multiple point products, we have a customer that is a mining company in US and Australia.
Hmm.
He had firewall, SD-WAN, SSC, and VPN from 4 different vendors, not
Wow.
us.
Wow.
And 2 of them were saying, "Oh, we're going to increase the prices," and that happens a lot. We actually decrease prices or keep it the same, so at least we're we're competitive. But he said he called the guy that sold him the firewall at the time, and he had moved to Fortinet in the meantime. And he said, "Can you help me because integration is a nightmare, and they all want to increase the prices and everything." And that's actually the example. It's right there in the middle in that slide
Yep.
is that the CISO told us by moving everything to Fortinet, so having one firewall for both as firewalling and SD-WAN, and one SSC solution that could also replace his VPN and was way more cost effective. The CISO told us that they reduced their cost by 68%.
That's a
See,
lot of money.
that's huge. So the consolidation, the integration, not having different point products, not needing to have different teams of people managing each product, and with the complexity of different consoles or different agents and everything, that definitely saves money, and that is a way to convince your CFO, I'm sure.
Always, yeah. Whatever it has to do with reducing expenditure. I mean, reducing OPEX or CAPEX or saving money. I know it's a, I know it's a great answer or a great more than an answer. Has to be a very good justification for the CFOs out there.
Uh,
But yes, these numbers are impressive. I mean,
TCO money is very important, but we sell a lot also to small and medium businesses,
mhm.
and they also find our solution pretty cost effective, and they have the budget for it. And So if it can work for a small business, I think it can work for everyone. I guess.
Now that you mention it, it's a very good question because, I don't want to say it, but I will say it. In Latin America, well, it's an SME, a small and medium enterprise for the US, it's a large company. So when we are talking about SMEs or PYMEs, like we call them, they are small companies for the US. So given with that mindset, it's FortiSASE a suitable solution for a very small company in your view of the world? Yeah, it is.
Yes, we definitely said a lot to small and medium businesses here in the U.S., and they love that integration. They can also go full cloud if they want to. They don't if they have because they have smaller location that works too.
Mhm.
They can also have a smaller firewall in their location, or just as I said, an access point. So it's a really great way to do it, and it can be well, pretty cost effective, I
Yeah.
think.
Yes, yes, yes. We all think and we all expect that. In fact, let me show you a couple of customers that we have in Latin America, because not everything happens outside Latin America. We do have our customers with FortiSASE in Latin America. So let me talk to you about the one in the middle that will show up in a minute. It's a large government institution in Latin America, in South America in particular. It's 14,000 users, so it's a lot.
That's
It's a lot.
that's definitely not a small business.
No, this is not a small one. So yes, I think that you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad that
Great job.
I trust at least helped close this deal with a little bit of support from the rest of the team. So yes, they are. For example, they were leveraging the existing SD-WAN infrastructure. That is one key point that they wanted that they stressed very much, because, as you know, government institutions always have public bids out there where everyone can quote and present a proposal. Well, but one of the key things that we were able to leverage was the existing SD-WAN based on FortiGates. So yes, that was a great deal. And as you can see there, they were unhappy with the MPLS infrastructure, so they needed something much more flexible and able to include not only the fixed locations, but the hybrid worker. Okay, even large government institutions have hybrid workers. And then we have retailers, and we have media and entertainment groups, 2,000 and 2,500 users, 800 users, and I will mention a little bit about the media and entertainment group. They actually run casinos in one of these Latin American countries. Very interesting business model, if you say so. But they wanted to reduce the number of vendors, and you mentioned that. So we are simplifying the infrastructure of these customers. We are securing the hybrid workers, and we are trying to make their life easier because of the experience that they faced in the past with so many different vendors, right? So I guess that this is a very good example of where important, but not that large in terms of users company. In terms of revenue, they are huge, right? But in terms of users, not that much users. But it's for this SASE, it's also a very good fit for them. So we are adding more customers to this family of solutions every day now. We are happy
Awesome.
doing
Great
that.
wins.
Yeah, thank you. And I guess we have a couple of more questions coming in, and just to be rounding up this expert session. Oh, Fernando. Typical use cases for SASE. We've discussed a couple, but
Yeah. Well, definitely VPN replacement is the number
yeah,
one, and securing the internet access, because ransomware, malware, and everything, they come many times through the internet, and
yeah,
malicious links, and even we have deep SSL inspection even at scale, so that's pretty cool. And so definitely that's the main use case. And on the SD-WAN side, of course, that branch transformation capability
mhm,
is
yeah,
key. And then, as we talked about, the journey starts with SD-WAN, then move to SASE or ZTNA. And yeah, that typical use cases. One atypical use cases, one that was surprised me was in Australia. There's a school that was using FortiSASE to prevent bullying and suicide,
wow,
which is
that's
crazy
really
because you have a lot
interesting.
of analytics of very detailed in terms of social media and what the students were searching on the internet, and so they could look at that and then see if they were words they were looking for that was around bullying and things like that, and they bought that to prevent bullying in their school, which I
That's
think is a
it's really
very not typical
cool.
use case, but a very
No,
interesting one.
it's really cool and applicable everywhere. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's good to know.
I love that use case. I'm pretty proud of my product
No,
actually
yeah, no, no, that's actually great.
doing
That's
that.
a great use case. Honestly, I've never thought of FortiSASE on that term.
I
So
never
it's
thought of
a
that
great,
before the
yeah,
Australian team told me that. I was like, oh, that's
great,
amazing actually.
great use case. Great use case. Okay, so I guess, Alexandra, I have to thank you for taking this minute to talk to me and discuss FortiSASE and what we are doing with this special solution and what it implies for our customers. And anything you would like to share with us regarding future improvements on the tool? Anything that you are able to mention?
Well, look for more points of presence, look for more AI and things like that. Unfortunately, I cannot talk roadmap.
Yeah, I know.
It was a
That's why
pleasure
I
to.
never mentioned the word because I know it's banned, but I had to ask. So
You tried.
I will try my best. But you mentioned expanding our points of presence.
Yeah, always. We always expand our points of presence regularly, hopefully way more in LATAM. But this, I don't know. I don't have the roadmap to be honest with you. Um,
No worries.
but
I won't take you.
every
Thank
month, check for the new innovations every month, and they release
I
them.
will. You make my life a little bit crazier every single month because I have to train myself and to learn the news
Yeah,
every
I'm
single month.
making my own life crazy. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. I love you for that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Again, Alexandra, it's been a
Muchísimas
pleasure.
gracias a todas.
Gracias
I'm sorry I
por
didn't
esta
do
amistad.
everything in Spanish, but it's too hard
No, no,
for me.
no, it's okay. I'm sure we will manage. So thank you again and have a nice rest of the week. Thank you very much.
Thank you.